You know what nobody tells you about manifesting wealth? It's not about working harder, hustling more, or forcing doors open with sheer willpower. The real secret, the one that changed everything for me and thousands of women I've guided, is so simple it almost sounds too good to be true. But here's the controversial truth that might make some people uncomfortable. You've been lied to about what it takes to create prosperity. Society taught you that struggle equals worthiness, that suffering is noble, that you have to sacrifice your peace to deserve abundance. And that lie has been keeping you broke, exhausted, and disconnected from the very wealth that's trying to reach you right now in this moment. What if I told you that the fastest path to attracting money, opportunities, and miracles isn't another course, another strategy, or another sleepless night grinding away? What if the answer has been sitting quietly inside you all along, waiting for you to slow down enough to notice it? I'm talking about gratitude, but not the surface level, check the box kind of gratitude you've been practicing. I'm talking about the kind of gratitude that rewires your subconscious mind, that shifts your energetic frequency so dramatically that the universe has no choice but to reorganize reality around you. The kind of gratitude that when practiced first thing in the morning, before your ego wakes up and starts its worry spiral, becomes the most powerful manifestation tool you've ever wielded. Here's what's really happening when you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, scroll through social media, check your bank account with anxiety, and let the world's chaos flood your nervous system before you've even had a chance to set your own frequency for the day. You're literally handing over your power. You're telling the universe, I don't trust what's coming. I need to control everything. I'm not safe. Abundance isn't mine. And the law of attraction, being the perfect mirror it is, responds with more experiences of lack, more reasons to worry, more evidence that money is hard and prosperity is for other people but not for you. But when you claim those first sacred moments of your morning for gratitude, for positive affirmations, for consciously choosing to raise your vibration before anything else gets to influence it, that's when everything changes. I've watched women go from financial stress and scarcity mindset to receiving unexpected checks, dream job offers, and abundance flowing from directions they never anticipated, simply by shifting their morning routine to prioritize gratitude and trust. Not because they're special or lucky or more deserving than you, but because they finally understood something profound. Your morning energy sets the template for your entire day, and your daily energy creates your life. So if you're waking up in fear, you're creating from fear. But if you're waking up in gratitude and trust, you're creating from abundance, and abundance can only multiply itself. The pain I see so many beautiful souls carrying is this. You're doing all the spiritual work, you're saying the affirmations, you're visualizing, but you're doing it from a place of desperation of, please universe, I need this to work because I'm running out of options. And that energy of desperation is actually repelling the very prosperity you're trying to attract. But what if you could shift that? What if you could wake up tomorrow morning and feel genuinely grateful for blessings that haven't even arrived yet? What if you could practice a form of gratitude so powerful that your nervous system relaxes, your feminine energy opens, your confidence rises, and you become magnetic to wealth without any of the struggle you've been taught is necessary? That's exactly what we're diving into together today, gorgeous. I'm going to walk you through a complete understanding of how morning gratitude affirmations work on a neurological, energetic, and spiritual level to attract wealth and abundance. We're going to explore why most people's affirmation practices fail and how to fix that immediately. I'm going to give you the exact practices, the specific affirmations, and the mindset shifts that will transform your mornings from anxiety-filled to abundance-focused. And by the end of this, you're going to understand that the only thing standing between you and the prosperity you deserve is the decision to trust, to allow, and to start your day claiming your worthiness before the world tries to convince you otherwise. So take a deep breath with me right now. Let everything else fall away for the next few minutes. This isn't just another video. This is your invitation to step into a completely different relationship with wealth, with yourself, with what's possible for you. Your abundance is waiting. Let's go claim it together. You know that feeling when you're gripping the steering wheel of your life so tight that your knuckles turn white? That desperate need to control every outcome, to force every door open, to make things happen on your timeline? I've been there too, beautiful soul, and I want to share something that changed everything for me. Believing that everything is working out for you, even when it's unclear, doesn't mean pretending things are perfect or putting on a fake smile when you're hurting. It means choosing trust over doubt, choosing faith over fear, choosing the law of attraction over resistance. This is the sacred shift from the ego's exhausting illusion of control to the soul's gentle posture of trust, and it's where real manifestation begins to flow. When we try to control everything, we're actually blocking the very abundance we're trying to create. Think about it like this. Imagine you're standing in a river of prosperity, but you're holding up a giant shield of control, pushing against the current. That resistance creates so much tension in your body, so much anxiety in your subconscious mind that you literally can't receive the blessings trying to reach you. Your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode, your feminine energy becomes masculine and forceful, and your vibration drops so low that miracles can't find you. This is why gratitude is so powerful. It's the opposite of control. When you practice gratitude, you're saying, I trust what's already here, and I trust what's coming, and that trust opens the floodgates to wealth and success mindset shifts you've been craving. Let me give you something practical right now. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, place your hand on your heart and say this positive affirmation. I release control and choose trust. Everything is working out for me. Say it slowly. Feel it in your bones. Let it sink into your subconscious mind where all true transformation happens. Notice what happens in your body when you speak those words with intention. Do you feel a softening? A gentle exhale? That's your nervous system moving from contraction to expansion, from fear to peace. This simple practice of morning gratitude combined with trust-based affirmations will begin to raise your vibration immediately, creating space for abundance to flow into your life in ways you never imagined. The energy of trust is magnetic, while the energy of control is repellent. When you're in trust, you're in alignment with the universe's intelligence. You're dancing with divine timing instead of fighting against it. Your confidence grows because you're no longer shouldering the impossible burden of making everything happen by yourself. You become a vessel for prosperity meditation, for abundance mindset, for feminine energy in its highest form, receptive, soft, powerful, and deeply knowing. Trust doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking inspired action from a place of calm rather than frantic action from a place of panic. Can you feel the difference? One creates miracles, the other creates exhaustion. Here's what happens energetically when you make this shift. Your entire field reorganizes itself. Instead of sending out desperate, grasping energy that pushes opportunities away, you start radiating a frequency that says, I am worthy, I am ready, I am open. Money flows easily to people who trust, because trust eliminates the energetic static of doubt and fear. Wealth recognizes the vibration of someone who believes in their own deserving, someone who practices self-love deeply enough to know they don't have to force or manipulate to receive. This is ancient wisdom meeting modern manifestation, and it's available to you right now in this very moment through the simple choice to soften your grip and open your hands. I want you to understand something profound. The universe has an intelligence far beyond what your logical mind can comprehend. When you're controlling, you're essentially telling the universe, I don't trust you, I'll handle this myself, my small human perspective knows better than infinite wisdom. But when you shift to trust, you're saying, I know you see the bigger picture. I know there are synchronicities and perfect timings I can't see yet, and I'm willing to let you surprise me with something better than I could have planned. This is how you attract miracles, not by forcing doors open, but by trusting which doors are meant for you. And this beautiful surrender naturally leads us to understand something even deeper, that life isn't happening to you as some random chaotic force. It's happening for you as a purposeful, loving guide. So take a breath with me right now. Soften your shoulders, release your jaw, and feel what it's like to just be held by something greater than yourself. That's trust. That's the beginning of true abundance. That's your prosperity meditation happening in real time, right here, right now. Now, let me share something that completely revolutionized my relationship with everything that happens in my life. And I know it's going to shift something deep inside you too. There's this profound moment when you realize that life isn't this chaotic, random force throwing obstacles at you like some cruel cosmic game. What if I told you that every single thing, yes,
even the painful stuff, even the delays, even the disappointments, is actually happening for you, not to you. This isn't just positive thinking or spiritual bypassing beautiful. This is a fundamental shift in how you perceive your entire existence, and it's the secret doorway to activating the law of attraction in its most powerful form. When you truly embody this truth, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become a conscious co-creator with the universe. And that's when real manifestation magic begins. Think about the last time something didn't go the way you planned. Maybe you didn't get that job, or a relationship ended, or money felt scarce when you needed it most. In that moment, your ego probably screamed, "Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? The universe is against me." But your soul, that wise part of you that's connected to abundance and infinite intelligence, was whispering something completely different. This is happening for me. There's something better aligned with my highest good. I'm being redirected toward my true prosperity. Can you feel how different those two perspectives are? One keeps you stuck in victimhood with a scarcity mindset. The other lifts you into empowerment with an abundance mindset. One closes doors, the other reveals that some doors were never meant for you in the first place. Here's a practical way to integrate this into your daily gratitude practice, because gratitude is the bridge between these two perspectives. Every evening before bed, write down 3 things that challenged you that day, and then complete this sentence for each one. This is happening for me because. Let your subconscious mind fill in the blank. You might write, the client canceling is happening for me because
Creating space for a better aligned opportunity. Or feeling anxious about money is happening for me because it's showing me where I still need to build trust and raise my vibration around wealth. This simple practice rewires your brain to look for purpose instead of problems, to seek the gift instead of the wound. And this rewiring is absolutely essential for cultivating a success mindset that attracts miracles. When you live from the belief that life is happening for you, something incredible shifts in your feminine energy. You stop forcing, pushing, and hustling from a place of fear. Instead, you start flowing, allowing, and receiving from a place of deep trust and self-love. Your confidence naturally increases because you're no longer interpreting every setback as evidence that you're not good enough or that prosperity isn't meant for you. You start to see setbacks as setups, delays as divine redirections, and closed doors as the universe's loving protection steering you towards something that matches your rising vibration. This is how you manifest overnight shifts in perspective that create long-term transformation in your reality. The philosophical beauty of this principle is that it transforms you from reactive to participatory. You're no longer at the mercy of external events. You're dancing with them, learning from them, extracting wisdom and strength from every single experience. Positive affirmations become so much more powerful when they're rooted in this understanding. Instead of just repeating, "I am abundant," while secretly believing life is against you, you can say, "I am abundant because life is constantly working in my favor, even when I can't see it yet." Feel the difference? One is hope, the other is knowing. One is wishing, the other is claiming. And the universe responds to the energy of claiming, of knowing, of trusting that money flows easily to those who believe they're divinely supported. I've watched this principle prove itself over and over in my own life and in the lives of countless women I've guided. The job that fell through led to a better opportunity 3 months later. The relationship that ended made space for deeper self-love and eventually a partnership that actually honored their worth. The financial struggle taught them to trust their own resourcefulness and open creative income streams they never would have explored from a place of comfort. This is the intelligence of life happening for you. It's not always comfortable, but it's always purposeful. And when you can hold this perspective while actively practicing gratitude for both the blessings and the lessons, you unlock a level of abundance that most people never access because they're too busy fighting reality instead of dancing with it.
So here's your invitation, sweet soul. The next time something doesn't go according to your plan, pause before you spiral into why me and ask yourself, what if this is happening for me? Get curious instead of defensive. Journal about it. Talk to the universe like a trusted friend and say, okay, I don't understand this yet, but I'm willing to trust that you're guiding me towards something better. Show me what I need to see. This openness, this willingness to trust the process even when it's uncomfortable, this is what allows you to stop resisting and start allowing, which is exactly where we're heading next on this journey together. You stop resisting, you start allowing. These 6 simple words hold the entire secret to manifestation, and yet they're so misunderstood, beautiful soul. So many people think that allowing means being passive, just sitting back and waiting for things to magically appear while you do nothing. But that's not what allowing is at all. Allowing is one of the most active, intentional, powerful practices you can cultivate. And it's the missing piece for so many women who are working so hard on their abundance mindset, but still feeling stuck. True allowing is about removing the resistance and opening up your energy to receive what you're actually calling in.
Internal friction, the doubt, the fear, the need to control every detail, so that the natural intelligence of the universe can align circumstances in your favor. It's about clearing the energetic pathways so prosperity can flow to you without you having to force, manipulate, or exhaust yourself trying to make things happen. Think of it this way. Imagine you're trying to fill a beautiful vessel with water, but you're holding it upside down. You can stand under the waterfall of abundance all day long. You can say all the positive affirmations in the world. You can visualize wealth and success until you're blue in the face. But if your vessel is upside down, if you're in a state of resistance, nothing can fill you up. Allowing is the act of turning your vessel right side up. It's the gentle, feminine energy of saying yes to receiving instead of the masculine energy of pushing and striving. When you practice allowing, you're literally changing your energetic frequency. You're telling your subconscious mind that it's safe to receive, that you're worthy of miracles, and that money flows easily to those who are open rather than clenched. Here's a beautiful practice to cultivate allowing in your daily life, and I want you to try this tonight during your prosperity meditation. Sit quietly, place both hands over your heart, and take 3 deep breaths. On each exhale, consciously release one thing you've been trying to control. Maybe it's how much money comes in this month. Maybe it's how a specific situation will unfold. Maybe it's what someone thinks about you. Just breathe it out and say internally, I release this. I allow divine timing. I allow abundance to come in ways I haven't even imagined. Then, on your inhale, breathe in trust. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe in the knowing that the universe is orchestrating things far beyond what your limited human perspective can see. This simple act of conscious release and intentional receiving trains your nervous system to relax into the flow of life instead of tensing against it. The science of this is actually fascinating when you understand how your brain works. When you're in resistance, worried, controlling, fearful, your brain is in survival mode, and your reticular activating system only shows you evidence of threats and problems. But when you shift into allowing, trusting, grateful, open, your brain literally starts filtering reality differently. You begin to notice opportunities you were blind to before. Synchronicities appear everywhere. The right person calls at the right time. An unexpected check arrives. A creative idea downloads in the shower. This isn't coincidence, beautiful. This is the law of attraction responding to your shift from resistance to receptivity. You're not manifesting overnight because you're lucky. You're experiencing rapid shifts because you finally stopped blocking the natural flow of abundance that was always trying to reach you. Allowing also requires deep self-love and unshakable confidence in your own worthiness. Because here's the truth. You can't allow yourself to receive what you don't believe you deserve.
If somewhere deep in your subconscious mind, there's a belief that says, I'm not good enough for wealth, or prosperity isn't spiritual, or I have to struggle to be worthy, then no amount of visualization or affirmations will override that resistance. This is why gratitude is so essential to the allowing process. When you practice genuine gratitude for what you already have, you're sending a clear signal to the universe that says, I recognize abundance. I appreciate it. I'm a match for more of it. Gratitude unlocks abundance because it dissolves the energy of lack, and lack is the ultimate form of resistance. I want you to understand something powerful. Allowing doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action instead of desperate action. There's a huge difference. Desperate action comes from fear. It's frantic, it's forced, it's exhausting, and it rarely produces the results you want. Inspired action comes from alignment. It's calm, it's clear, it's energizing, and it naturally attracts success because you're moving with the current instead of against it. When you're in a state of allowing, the actions you take feel lighter, more joyful, more creative. You're not hustling to prove your worth, you're expressing your gifts because it feels good. And that energy, that frequency of joyful expression combined with trust is absolutely magnetic to wealth, opportunities, and all forms of prosperity. So here's what I want you to practice this week. Notice where you're gripping, where you're forcing, where you're holding your breath, waiting for something to happen. Those are your resistance points. And in those moments, come back to this mantra. I stop resisting. I start allowing. Everything I need is already making its way to me. Say it until you feel your body soften, until you feel your feminine energy return, until you feel that quiet confidence that comes from trusting something greater than yourself. Because this practice of allowing, the sacred art of receiving, naturally leads us to understand something beautiful. That what looks like a delay is often just divine redirection. And we're going to explore that truth together next. Oh, beautiful soul, let's talk about something that I know has frustrated you, that's kept you awake at night, that's made you question whether the universe is really listening to your prayers. Let's talk about delays. You know exactly what I mean. That job offer that hasn't come through yet, that financial breakthrough that seems to be taking forever, that relationship you've been manifesting that still hasn't appeared, that dream you've been holding in your heart that feels like it's stuck in some cosmic waiting room. I've been there too, and I want to share something that completely transformed how I experience these moments of waiting. What if every single delay in your life isn't actually a no from the universe, but a loving, intelligent, not yet, something better is coming? What if delays are just divine redirections, carefully orchestrated detours guiding you toward an outcome that's far more aligned with your highest good than what you originally asked for? This is where trust and the law of attraction intersect in the most beautiful way. When you're measuring your life by linear time, by the calendar, by your age, by comparing yourself to where others are, delays feel like failures, like evidence that manifestation doesn't work, like proof that abundance isn't meant for you. But the universe doesn't operate on linear time, gorgeous. It operates on divine timing, which is all about alignment, readiness, and the perfect synchronization of countless unseen factors that need to come together before your desire can manifest in the most beneficial way. Think of it like this. You might be ready for the symphony to start, but the orchestra is still tuning their instruments, the conductor is still reviewing the score, and the audience is still finding their seats. Your impatience doesn't mean the concert is canceled. It just means everything is being prepared for the perfect performance. Here's a powerful gratitude practice that will shift how you experience delays and actually speed up your manifestation. Every time you notice yourself getting frustrated about something that hasn't happened yet, immediately pivot to gratitude for what the delay is protecting you from or preparing you for. Write it down. I am grateful for this delay because it's giving me time to... Maybe it's giving you time to strengthen your confidence, to raise your vibration, to heal old money wounds, to develop skills you'll need for the next level, to release people or situations that aren't aligned with your money mindset. This practice completely rewires your subconscious mind from seeing delays as punishment to recognizing them as divine redirections.
Preparation. And that shift in perception is what allows prosperity to flow when the timing is truly right. I want to share something from my own journey that illustrates this so perfectly. Years ago, I was desperately trying to manifest a specific opportunity, and month after month, it didn't come through. I was doing all the positive affirmations, I was visualizing, I was practicing self-love, I was trying to raise my vibration, but nothing was happening. I felt like such a failure, like maybe I just wasn't spiritual enough or worthy enough for abundance. But then, about 8 months later, a completely different opportunity appeared. One I hadn't even known to ask for, and it was 10 times better than what I had originally wanted. And here's the miraculous part. If I had gotten that first thing when I wanted it, I would have been so busy with it that I would have completely missed this bigger blessing. The delay wasn't rejection, it was protection and redirection. The universe was saying, I hear you, I see you, and I'm preparing something that matches who you're becoming, not who you were when you first asked. This is why feminine energy is so powerful in manifestation, because it understands the wisdom of cycles, seasons, and divine timing. Masculine energy wants to force, to rush, to make things happen now, but feminine energy knows how to wait with grace, to trust the unseen process, to remain open and receptive even when nothing seems to be moving. When you can hold your desires lightly, when you can say, this or something better, when you can practice gratitude for what hasn't arrived yet because you trust it's being perfected for you, you're operating at a frequency where miracles happen naturally. You're telling the universe, I trust you. I know you're working behind the scenes. I believe that money flows easily when the conditions are right, and I'm willing to do my inner work while I wait. Here's what's happening energetically during delays that most people never understand. You're being given time to become a vibrational match for what you're asking for. If you were to receive massive wealth right now, but you still had a scarcity mindset, you'd sabotage it or lose it quickly. If you were to attract your dream relationship right now, but you hadn't cultivated deep self-love yet, you'd recreate the same painful patterns. The delay is giving you space to grow, to heal, to expand your capacity to receive and maintain the blessing. It's not keeping you from your good, it's preparing you to actually keep your good when it arrives. This is the intelligence of divine timing. It's not random, it's not cruel, it's deeply loving and purposeful, always working in your favor, even when you can't see it yet. So the next time you're tempted to spiral into, why isn't this happening for me? I want you to take a deep breath and try on this perspective instead. This delay is a divine redirection. The universe is protecting me from something I can't see and preparing me for something better than I imagined. I choose to trust this timing. I choose to practice gratitude for the perfect unfolding. I choose to believe that I am divinely guided and supported every single step of the way. And speaking of being divinely guided and supported, that's exactly the truth we're going to sink into next. Because understanding that you're never alone in this journey changes absolutely everything about how you move through life. There's this moment that happens when you're lying awake at 3 a.m, beautiful, and the weight of everything you're carrying feels almost unbearable. The bills, the decisions, the uncertainty about which path to take, the fear that you're all alone in this journey and that maybe, just maybe, you're making all the wrong choices. I know that feeling intimately, and I want you to know something that changed everything for me.
You are not alone. You have never been alone. You are divinely guided and supported in ways
that your logical mind can't even begin to comprehend. There is an invisible intelligence, a loving presence, an infinite wisdom that is constantly orchestrating synchronicities, sending you signs, arranging circumstances, and whispering guidance through your intuition. The law of attraction isn't just about you sending out desires into a void. It's about you being in constant communication with the universe that is actively, lovingly, purposefully responding to you every single moment. When you truly embody the affirmation, I am divinely guided and supported, something profound shifts in your entire energy field. Your nervous system relaxes because you're no longer carrying the impossible burden of figuring everything out by yourself. Your feminine energy softens and opens because you're not in survival mode anymore. You're in trust mode. Your confidence grows not from external validation, but from an internal knowing that you're being led, that every step you take is supported, that even your mistakes are part of a larger divine plan. This is where manifestation becomes effortless rather than exhausting, because you're no longer trying to force outcomes through sheer willpower. Instead, you're listening, receiving, following the gentle nudges, and watching in awe as abundance flows to you through pathways you never could have planned or predicted. Here's a beautiful morning gratitude practice that will strengthen your connection to divine guidance and help you raise your vibration immediately. As soon as you wake up, before you check your phone or let the world's demands flood in, place your hand on your heart and say, "Thank you for guiding me today. Thank you for the signs, synchronicities, and perfect people who will cross my path. Thank you for showing me exactly what I need to see and leading me toward my highest good. I am divinely supported and I trust the guidance I receive." Then, throughout your day, pay attention. Notice the book that falls off the shelf with exactly the message you needed. Notice the friend who calls right when you were thinking about them. Notice the song on the radio with lyrics that answer your question. These aren't coincidences, gorgeous. They're the universe confirming that yes, you are being guided, and yes, you are deeply supported. The science behind this is actually extraordinary when you understand how your brain's reticular activating system works. This is the part of your brain that filters the millions of pieces of information coming at you every second and decides what to show you based on what you believe and expect. When you affirm, "I am divinely guided," your subconscious mind begins actively looking for evidence of guidance in your environment. Suddenly, you start noticing opportunities you would have walked right past before. You feel pulled towards certain choices that lead to amazing outcomes. You meet exactly the right person at exactly the right time. You stumble upon information that answers questions you hadn't even asked out loud yet. This is your reticular activating system working with the law of attraction to collapse infinite possibilities into tangible experiences of support. And it's available to every single one of us when we choose to believe it and look for it. Divine guidance often speaks through your intuition, through that quiet inner knowing that doesn't shout but gently whispers. And here's where self-love becomes absolutely essential. Because if you don't trust yourself, if you don't value your own inner wisdom, you'll dismiss those intuitive hits as just your imagination or wishful thinking. But I want you to understand something powerful. Your intuition is the voice of your soul, which is always connected to infinite intelligence. When you get a feeling about something, when you know something without knowing how you know it, when your body responds to a choice with expansion or contraction, that's divine guidance speaking to you in the language of the loving universe.
Sensation and knowing. The more you honor these inner nudges, the louder and clearer they become, and the more evidence you gather that yes, you are absolutely being divinely supported in creating a life of prosperity and abundance. This knowing that you're divinely guided is what allows you to take bold action even when you don't have all the answers, even when the path ahead isn't completely clear. It's what gives you the courage to say yes to opportunities that scared you a little bit, because some part of you knows it's aligned. It's what helps you walk away from situations that look good on paper but feel wrong in your body, trusting that something better is coming. It's what allows you to practice positive affirmations like, money flows easily to me. Not from a place of desperation, but from a place of calm certainty. Because you know the universe has your back and is actively supporting your success mindset and your journey toward wealth. This trust becomes the foundation for everything, for your decisions, for your peace, for your ability to manifest miracles, even when circumstances seem impossible. I want you to start collecting evidence of your divine support, beautiful, because what you focus on expands. Get a journal and title it Proof I Am Divinely Guided. And every evening, write down at least 3 moments from your day when you felt supported, when synchronicity showed up, when guidance came through, when something worked out better than you expected, when you felt held by something greater than yourself. Maybe a parking spot opened up right when you needed it. Maybe you thought of someone and they texted you moments later. Maybe you avoided an accident by seconds. Maybe the perfect amount of money showed up unexpectedly. These aren't small things. They're the universe showing you constantly, I've got you. I'm here. You're not doing this alone. And when you train your mind to notice this support, you'll be absolutely amazed at how much of it has always been there. And this awareness naturally opens you to understanding something even more powerful, that the words you speak to yourself, the affirmations you repeat, are literally rewiring the neural pathways in your brain. This isn't just spiritual woo-woo. This is actual neuroscience meeting ancient wisdom, and it's the secret to why some people seem to manifest abundance effortlessly while others struggle no matter how hard they try. When you repeat an affirmation like everything is working out for me with genuine emotion and belief, you're not just saying empty words into the void, you're actually creating new neural circuits in your brain. You're reprogramming your subconscious mind. You're shifting the very lens through which you perceive reality. And that shift in perception is what attracts miracles, prosperity, and wealth into your physical experience. Here's what most people get wrong about positive affirmations, and this is so important. I need you to really hear me on this. They repeat the words mechanically, like a robot, with no feeling, no conviction, no emotional resonance behind them. They say, I am abundant, while their body is tense, their heart is closed, and their subconscious mind is screaming, this is a lie, you're broke, this will never work. And then they wonder why affirmations don't work for them, why the law of attraction seems to work for everyone else, but not for them. The truth is this. It's not the words themselves that have power, it's the emotional frequency you embody while saying them.
And joy and certainty to flood your system as you say it, that's when the magic happens. That's when your subconscious mind starts to accept it as truth, and your subconscious mind is what's running about 95% of your life. Let me give you a practical, powerful way to practice affirmations that will actually create real transformation in your abundance mindset. Every morning, stand in front of a mirror, look yourself directly in the eyes, place your hand on your heart, and speak your affirmations as if you're making sacred vows to yourself. Say them slowly, with intention, with love. Try these. I am divinely guided and supported. Money flows easily to me. I am worthy of all the prosperity I desire. My feminine energy attracts abundance effortlessly. I trust the universe completely. But here's the key. Don't just say them. Feel them. Let your body respond. Let your shoulders relax. Let a smile naturally appear. Let gratitude well up inside you for the truth of these words. This practice of speaking affirmations with embodied emotion is what activates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections. And over time, these new patterns become your automatic baseline reality. The repetition piece is absolutely crucial because your brain learns through repetition, just like learning a new language or a musical instrument. The first time you say, I am abundant, your old neural patterns might resist, might say, that's not true, look at your bank account. But if you repeat it every single day,
multiple times a day with consistency and emotional conviction, something extraordinary begins to happen. Those resistant pathways start to weaken while the new empowering pathways grow stronger. Your reticular activating system starts filtering reality to show you evidence that supports your affirmations. You start noticing opportunities for wealth you couldn't see before. You start feeling more confident in your ability to create prosperity. You start taking different actions because you genuinely believe different things are possible for you. This is how affirmations become self-fulfilling prophecies, not through magical thinking, but through the very real process of neurological and behavioral change. I want you to understand the profound connection between affirmations and self-love, because you cannot truly embody prosperity consciousness if you don't first believe you're worthy of prosperity. This is why affirmations around worthiness are just as important as affirmations around abundance. When you say, I am worthy of wealth, I am deserving of miracles, I love and accept myself completely, you're healing the deep wounds that block your ability to receive. So many of us were taught that wanting money is greedy, that prosperity isn't spiritual, that we have to struggle to be worthy, and those beliefs are buried deep in our subconscious mind, sabotaging our manifestation efforts without us even realizing it. But when you consistently affirm your inherent worthiness, when you practice gratitude for yourself exactly as you are right now, you dissolve those blocks and create an energetic field that naturally magnetizes abundance because you finally believe you deserve it. Here's something beautiful that happens when you commit to a daily affirmation practice. You start to notice that your external reality begins shifting to match your internal statements. It might be subtle at first. Maybe you feel more peaceful. Maybe small, unexpected blessings start appearing. Maybe your relationships improve because your energy is different. But over time, as you continue to raise your vibration through repeated positive affirmations, bigger shifts occur. That's when people start commenting on how different you seem. That's when opportunities you've been dreaming about suddenly appear. That's when you look at your life 6 months later and barely recognize it because your success mindset has completely transformed what's possible for you.
And the most powerful part, you'll realize that the universe was always ready to give you these blessings. You just had to change the story you were telling yourself about what you deserve and what's available to you. So I'm inviting you right now, gorgeous soul, to make a commitment to yourself. Choose 3 affirmations that resonate deeply with your heart. Maybe they're about abundance, maybe about confidence, maybe about divine guidance, maybe about feminine energy and receiving. Write them down somewhere you'll see them every single day. Set reminders on your phone to pause and speak them throughout your day. Say them in the shower. Say them while you're cooking. Say them before bed. Speak them until they stop feeling like affirmations and start feeling like truth. Because that's when manifestation shifts from something you're trying to do to something that's simply happening through you, as naturally as breathing. And this practice of rewiring your beliefs through repetition naturally prepares you to understand something profound. That even your setbacks, even your failures, even your darkest moments are actually being alchemized into your greatest gifts, which is the powerful truth we're exploring next. Oh, beautiful. Let me hold space for something that I know has broken your heart, something that's made you question everything, something that's left you sitting on the bathroom floor at 2 a.m, wondering if you're ever going to get it right. Let's talk about your setbacks, your failures, the moments when everything fell apart despite your best efforts, despite all your positive affirmations, despite your faith and your trust and your commitment to the law of attraction. I know those moments intimately, and I need you to hear this truth that took me years to understand. Even your setbacks are setups for success. Every single thing that's ever gone wrong in your life was actually life happening for you, not to you, preparing you, strengthening you, redirecting you towards something so much better than what you lost.
This is the sacred art of alchemy, taking the pain, the disappointment, the heartbreak, and transmuting it into wisdom, resilience, and a depth of soul that becomes your greatest asset in creating lasting abundance and prosperity. What if I told you that the job you didn't get was protecting you from a toxic environment that would have crushed your spirit and delayed your real purpose by years? What if that relationship that ended so painfully was actually freeing you to meet someone who truly honors your worth and supports your feminine energy? What if that business that failed was teaching you invaluable lessons that will make your next venture wildly successful because now you know exactly what not to do? This is what happens when you shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to asking, "What is this teaching me?" That one question, that one shift in perspective transforms you from victim to student, from powerless to empowered. And it's the difference between staying stuck in bitterness or using your pain as rocket fuel for your next level of wealth, confidence, and manifestation power. Here's a profound gratitude practice that will help you alchemize your setbacks into strength. And I promise you this will shift something deep if you actually do it. Take out your journal and write down your 3 biggest setbacks or failures, the ones that still sting when you think about them, the ones you're maybe even ashamed of. Then for each one, complete these sentences. This setback taught me. Because of this experience, I now have. Without this happening, I never would have. Let yourself go deep here, beautiful. Maybe that financial crisis taught you resourcefulness and revealed inner strength you didn't know you had. Maybe that betrayal showed you the importance of trusting your intuition and practicing fierce self-love. Maybe that failure gave you compassion for fellow business owners and taught you crucial skills for your next venture to be wildly successful, because now you know exactly what not to do.
Others who are struggling and birthed the desire to help them, which became your life's purpose. When you can extract the gold from your darkest moments, when you can practice gratitude for even the painful lessons, you raise your vibrations so dramatically that miracles start appearing in your life. The universe has this brilliant way of using our breakdowns to create our breakthroughs. And once you understand this pattern, you'll never look at challenges the same way again. Every setback cracks you open just enough to let more light in, to expand your capacity for joy and abundance, to release old versions of yourself that were too small for where you're headed. Think about a caterpillar in a cocoon. The dissolution it goes through looks like destruction, but it's actually the most sacred transformation happening. That's you in your setbacks, gorgeous. You're not falling apart. You're falling together in a new, more powerful configuration. And when you can hold this perspective, when you can trust the process, even when it hurts, you develop an unshakable success mindset that knows no external circumstance can truly defeat you, because you've learned to mine every experience for its gift. This is where your subconscious mind needs the most healing, because buried in there are probably beliefs like, I always fail, or nothing ever works out for me, or I'm not meant to have abundance. These beliefs were formed from past setbacks that you interpreted as evidence of your unworthiness rather than as stepping stones to your greatness. But when you start consciously reframing every setback as a setup, when you look for the hidden blessing in every closed door, when you practice positive affirmations like, my challenges are making me stronger and wiser, you literally rewire those old neural pathways. You start building a new story, a new identity, one that says, I always land on my feet. Everything always works out for my highest good. I am resilient, resourceful, and divinely supported no matter what happens. And that story, that energetic frequency, is what attracts opportunities, wealth, and success that match your new level of consciousness. I've watched this principle prove itself over and over. Women who lost everything and rebuilt stronger. Entrepreneurs who failed 3 times before creating million-dollar businesses.
artists who faced rejection for years before their breakthrough, healers who had to walk through their own darkness before they could guide others to light. Their setbacks weren't stopping them, they were shaping them, preparing them, qualifying them for the level of prosperity and influence they were meant to step into. And the most beautiful part is that once you've alchemized your own pain into purpose, once you've turned your mess into your message, you become a lighthouse for others who are still in the storm. Your testimony becomes someone else's hope. Your resilience becomes proof that manifestation works even after failure. Your abundance mindset becomes contagious, inspiring everyone around you to believe that they too can rise from the ashes. So here's what I want you to know in the deepest part of your soul. You are not your setbacks. You are not your mistakes. You are not defined by what didn't work out, or who walked away, or what you lost. You are the phoenix, gorgeous. You're the one who rises, who transforms, who uses every single experience as fuel for your becoming. The next time something falls apart, I want you to take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and say this: even this setback is a setup for my success. I trust that something better is coming. I am grateful for this lesson. I choose to see the gift. And when you can hold that frequency of trust and gratitude, even in the darkest moments, when you can remain open and soft and full of faith, even when everything looks wrong, that's when you become truly unstoppable. That's when your energy becomes so magnetic that prosperity has to flow to you.
No choice but to flow to you. And speaking of your energy, that brings us to one of the most powerful truths you'll ever learn, that your internal state is quite literally creating your external reality. And understanding how to consciously direct that energy is the master key to everything you desire. Let me share with you the most liberating and simultaneously most confronting truth you'll ever encounter on your manifestation journey, beautiful soul. Your energy creates your reality. Not sometimes, not when you're feeling good or when the stars align perfectly, always. Every single moment of every single day, the frequency you're vibrating at is literally magnetizing experiences, people, opportunities, and circumstances that match that frequency. This means that the wealth you're experiencing or not experiencing right now is a direct reflection of your energetic state around money. The love you're receiving or not receiving is mirroring your relationship with self-love. The abundance flowing to you or blocked from you is showing you exactly what frequency you're broadcasting into the universe. And while this might feel heavy at first, like suddenly you're responsible for everything, it's actually the most empowering revelation, because it means you hold the power to change everything simply by changing your internal state. Think about it like this. You are a walking, breathing radio tower, constantly broadcasting a signal out into the universe. That signal is made up of your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your subconscious programming, your habitual ways of being. And the law of attraction, like a cosmic radio receiver, is constantly tuning into your frequency and sending you back experiences that match it. If you're broadcasting fear, scarcity, and I'm not enough, the universe says, okay, here are more experiences that will make you feel fearful, scarce, and not enough. But when you consciously shift your broadcast to gratitude, confidence, trust, and I am abundant, the universe responds with perfect. Here are experiences that confirm your abundance. Here's money flowing easily. Here are opportunities that match your rising vibration. This isn't punishment or reward, it's simply the mechanics of energetic resonance. And once you understand it, you can work with it intentionally instead of being a victim to it unconsciously. Here's a beautiful daily practice to help you consciously choose your energetic frequency and raise your vibration throughout the day. Set 3 alarms on your phone, morning, midday, and evening, and label them energy check-in. When the alarm goes off, pause whatever you're doing, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and honestly assess, what energy am I in right now? Am I in worry or trust? Am I in lack or abundance? Am I in resistance or allowing? Just notice without judgment. Then consciously choose to shift.
If you're in fear, practice gratitude for 5 things right in that moment. If you're in scarcity, speak positive affirmations about prosperity. If you're in control mode, take a breath and practice your feminine energy of receiving and allowing. This simple practice of becoming aware of your frequency and intentionally adjusting it is how you become a conscious creator instead of an unconscious reactor. And it's the secret to manifestation that actually works consistently. The profound truth is that you cannot attract from a place of lack what you believe you lack. If you're trying to manifest wealth while feeling poor, desperate, and panicked about money, you're sending out such a strong frequency of "I don't have enough" that the universe can only respond with more experiences of not having enough. But when you can feel abundant before the money arrives, when you can practice gratitude for the prosperity that's on its way to you, when you can embody the energy of wealth through how you speak to yourself, how you care for what you already have, how you tip generously, even
When money is tight, how you invest in yourself with confidence, that frequency of already being abundant is what collapses the quantum field and brings the physical manifestation of abundance into your reality. Your external world is always reflecting your internal world, which is why all lasting change must happen from the inside out. This is why self-love is absolutely non-negotiable for creating prosperity, gorgeous. Because if you don't genuinely love yourself, your energy carries an undercurrent of "I'm not worthy," no matter what affirmations you're saying. And that frequency of unworthiness repels the very blessings you're asking for. The universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your energetic truth. So when you do deep work on loving yourself unconditionally, on healing your relationship with your worthiness, on releasing shame and embracing your inherent value, your entire energetic signature transforms. You start walking differently, speaking differently, making different choices, setting different boundaries. And the external world has no choice but to reorganize itself around this new frequency you're emitting. This is how women suddenly attract raises they didn't ask for, partnerships that honor them deeply, opportunities that seemed impossible before. Their energy shifted, so their reality had to shift to match it. Let me give you something tangible to work with, because this concept can feel abstract. Your energy is most powerfully shifted through 3 primary channels: your thoughts, what you focus on, your emotions, what you feel, and your actions, what you do. When all 3 are aligned and pointing in the same direction, manifestation happens rapidly because there's no internal conflict, no mixed signals. So if you want to create wealth, your thoughts need to be focused on abundance and possibility. Your emotions need to feel grateful and excited about prosperity, and your actions need to reflect someone who values themselves and expects good things. When you're scrolling social media, comparing yourself to others, thought, feeling envious or inadequate, emotion, and then making fear-based decisions about money, action, you're broadcasting a frequency of lack across all 3 channels. But when you're affirming your success mindset, thought, feeling genuine joy for others' wins because you know there's enough for everyone, emotion, and investing in your growth with confidence, action, you're a triple threat manifestation powerhouse, and the universe must respond. So here's your invitation to step into radical responsibility and radical power simultaneously. Starting today, become obsessed with your energy. Notice what raises your vibration and do more of that. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's spending time in nature, maybe it's speaking affirmations, maybe it's acts of service, maybe it's creating art. Notice what lowers your vibration and do less of that. Maybe it's certain people, maybe it's doom scrolling, maybe it's complaining, maybe it's overworking. Treat your energetic frequency like the most valuable asset you have, because it is. Protect it fiercely, cultivate it intentionally, choose it consciously. Because when you master your energy, when you can maintain a frequency of peace, trust, gratitude, and abundance, regardless of external circumstances, you become magnetic to miracles. You become a living testimony to the law of attraction.
You become proof that yes, your energy absolutely creates your reality and you have far more power than you ever imagined. And this mastery of choosing your internal state regardless of external chaos is deeply connected to another crucial skill, learning to trust what you feel more than what you fear, which is the divine discernment we're diving into next. There's this sacred moment that happens on your spiritual journey, beautiful soul, when you finally learn to distinguish between the voice of your intuition,
the voice of your fear. And honestly, this might be the most important skill you ever develop. Because here's what nobody tells you. Both voices live inside you, both speak to you constantly, and both can feel incredibly convincing. But only one of them is actually telling you the truth. And only one of them is leading you toward your abundance, your prosperity, your highest manifestation of wealth and joy. Your intuition is the quiet whisper of your soul, connected to infinite intelligence, always guiding you toward what's aligned with your divine purpose. Your fear is the loud scream of your ego, convinced it needs to protect you from danger. But often, it's just protecting you from growth, from expansion, from the very miracles you've been praying for. Learning to trust what you feel more than what you fear is how you step into your feminine energy fully, how you activate the law of attraction at its highest level, and how you navigate life with a confidence that no external circumstance can shake. Let me paint you a picture of how differently these two voices operate so you can start recognizing them in your own experience. Fear comes in loud, urgent, demanding immediate attention. It feels like panic in your chest, tightness in your throat, a spiraling in your mind. It says things like, you're going to fail. You're not ready. Who do you think you are? Everyone will judge you. You'll lose everything. Play it safe. Don't risk it. Fear contracts your energy, makes you want to hide, keeps you small, and convinces you that control is the answer. But intuition, oh gorgeous, intuition is completely different. It comes in soft, calm, certain. It feels like expansion in your heart, peace in your body, a quiet knowing you can't quite explain. It says things like, this is your path. You're ready. Trust this. Say yes. Let go of that. Move forward. Intuition doesn't shout because it doesn't need to. It knows the truth doesn't require force. And the more you practice self-love, the more you clear out the noise of unworthiness and doubt, the clearer that intuitive voice becomes. Here's a powerful practice to strengthen your ability to discern between fear and intuition. And I want you to try this the next time you're facing a decision or feeling confused about which direction to take. Sit quietly, close your eyes, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, and take several deep breaths until you feel somewhat centered. Then think about the decision or situation and notice what happens in your body. Does your chest tighten or open? Does your breathing become shallow or deepen? Does your solar plexus contract or expand? Fear lives in contraction. It makes your body tense, your breath shallow, your energy pull inward. Intuition lives in expansion. It makes your body relax, your breath deepen, your energy flow outward. Your body is always telling you the truth, always giving you guidance. But most of us have been taught to override these signals and live entirely in our heads. This practice of somatic awareness, of trusting the wisdom of your body, is how you access divine guidance in real time and make choices that align with your abundance mindset. The challenging part, and I need to be honest with you about this, is that sometimes intuition will guide you towards something that scares you, and that's when it gets really confusing. You might feel called to leave a stable job, to start your own business, to end a relationship that looks perfect on paper, to move to a new city where you don't know anyone, to invest money in yourself when your bank account is low. And your feel will be screaming, this is crazy. This is irresponsible. You're going to regret this. But underneath that fear, if you get really quiet and honest, there's often a calm knowing that says, this is right.
This is your path. Trust this. The key is learning to recognize that sacred fear, the kind that shows up when you're about to grow, when you're stepping into a bigger version of yourself, when you're claiming the prosperity and wealth you're meant for. That fear is actually excitement in disguise. It's your nervous system responding to expansion. That's different from toxic fear, which is your ego trying to keep you trapped in what's familiar, even if it's making you miserable. This is where positive affirmations become so powerful because they help you strengthen the voice of trust and quiet the voice of fear. Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and practice saying, I trust my intuition completely. I trust what I feel more than what I fear. My inner guidance is always leading me toward my highest good. I am safe to follow my soul's calling. The universe supports me when I listen to my truth. Say these until you feel something shift in your body, until your subconscious mind starts accepting them as truth. And then throughout your day, when fear tries to convince you to play small, to doubt yourself, to stay stuck, you pause, breathe, and come back to these affirmations. You consciously choose to raise your vibration back to trust, back to knowing, back to the quiet confidence of your feminine energy that doesn't need to control because it's connected to something far wiser than the logical mind. I've watched this principle transform women's lives in the most extraordinary ways. The woman who trusted her intuition to leave corporate and start a healing practice that now serves hundreds of people and generates more income than her old job. The woman who felt called to write a book, even though she'd never written before, and it became a bestseller that changed lives. The woman who kept getting intuitive hits to reach out to a specific person did it despite feeling awkward, and that person became a business partner who helped her create massive wealth. These weren't lucky coincidences, gorgeous. These were women who learned to trust what they felt more than what they feared, who cultivated the courage to follow their inner knowing even when it didn't make logical sense, who understood that manifestation happens when you align with your soul's guidance instead of your ego's limitations. And every single one of them will tell you the same thing. The intuition was always right, the fear was always lying, and trusting themselves was the best decision they ever made. So I'm inviting you to make a sacred commitment to yourself right now. For the next 30 days, practice trusting your intuition in small ways. When you get a feeling to call someone, call them. When you feel pulled toward a different route home, take it. When your body says, I need rest today, even though your to-do list is long, rest. When you feel inspired to invest in that course or book or mentor, do it. Start building evidence for yourself that your intuition is trustworthy, that your feelings are valid guidance, that the quiet knowing inside you is wiser than the loud fear. Because the more you trust yourself, the more your confidence grows. The more you honor your feminine energy of receptivity and inner knowing, the more abundance flows to you. The more you follow your soul instead of your fear, the more you become a magnet for miracles, for prosperity, for a life that feels aligned and easeful and deeply satisfying. And when you've mastered this trust, when you can navigate life from your inner compass instead of external validation or fear-based thinking, you arrive at the most powerful place of all, absolute certainty that the universe has your back no matter what, which is the beautiful truth we're landing in next. Beautiful soul, we've walked such a profound journey together through these teachings, and now we're arriving at the most powerful affirmation of all, the one that holds everything else together like a golden thread weaving through the fabric of your entire spiritual practice. The universe has my back. These 5 simple words contain more power than 1,000 complicated
Manifestation techniques. More peace than any amount of money in your bank account. More security than any external circumstance could ever provide. This is the ultimate surrender. the deepest trust, the most liberating belief you could ever hold. Because when you truly, genuinely, in the core of your being, believe that the universe has your back, fear loses its grip on you. Anxiety becomes impossible. Scarcity dissolves. Control releases. And in that spaciousness, in that profound trust, abundance flows to you like a river that's finally been unblocked, like wealth that's been waiting patiently for you to just get out of your own way and receive it. This affirmation is the culmination of everything we've explored together. The shift from control to trust, the understanding that life is happening for you, the practice of allowing, the reframe of delays as divine redirections, the knowing that you're divinely guided and supported, the power of repetition to rewire your subconscious mind, the alchemy of turning setbacks into success, the mastery of your energetic frequency, and the courage to trust your feelings over your fears. All of these teachings, all of these practices, they all lead you to this one unshakable truth. You are not alone in this journey. You are not making it up as you go. You are not abandoned or forgotten or left to figure everything out by yourself. There is an infinite intelligence, a loving presence, a benevolent universe that is orchestrating circumstances on your behalf, opening doors you didn't even know existed, protecting you from what would harm you, and preparing blessings that match the person you're becoming through all of this inner work and raising your vibration. Here's what happens in your nervous system when you genuinely embody the belief that the universe has your back. And this is so beautiful. I want you to really take this in. Your body literally moves out of survival mode and into thriving mode. The constant hypervigilance, the chronic stress, the anxiety that's been running in the background of your life like white noise, it all begins to quiet down. Your parasympathetic nervous system activates, which is the rest and digest state where healing happens, where creativity flows, where intuition speaks clearly, where your feminine energy can fully express itself in receptivity and grace. And from this state of deep nervous system safety, your reticular activating system starts showing you evidence everywhere that yes, you are supported. Yes, things are working out. Yes, the law of attraction is real and it's working in your favor. You start noticing the synchronicities, the perfect timing, the way things fall into place, the unexpected help that arrives exactly when you need it. This isn't because these things weren't happening before. It's because now you're finally calm enough, trusting enough, open enough to actually see them. Let me share the most powerful morning gratitude practice I know for anchoring this belief into your entire being. And I invite you to make this part of your daily ritual starting tomorrow. As soon as you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, before you check your phone or let the world's demands flood in, place both hands on your heart and say out loud, "The universe has my back. I am divinely supported in ways I can see and ways I cannot see. I am safe to relax. I am safe to trust. I am safe to receive. Everything I need is already making its way to me. I am grateful for the blessings that are coming and the blessings that are already here." Then take 3 deep breaths and really feel what it would be like if this were absolutely, undeniably true. Let your body soften. Let your face relax. Let a small smile appear. This is you programming your subconscious mind for trust, for prosperity, for abundance mindset. And when you do this consistently, you create a neural pathway of faith that becomes stronger than any pathway of fear or doubt you've been holding.
Running on before. The beauty of this affirmation is that it doesn't require you to predict specific outcomes or control exactly how things unfold. You're not saying the universe will give me exactly what I want, exactly when I want it, exactly how I picture it. You're saying something far more profound and mature and spiritually evolved. I trust that the universe is working in my favor, even when I can't see it, even when it doesn't look like I thought it would, even when the path is unclear. This is surrendered confidence. This is feminine energy at its most powerful, soft and strong simultaneously, trusting and intentional at the same time. You're holding your desires and dreams with an open hand instead of a clenched fist. You're saying yes to your manifestation while also saying this or something better, which creates energetic space for the universe to surprise you with blessings beyond what your limited human perspective could even imagine asking for. I want you to understand that this trust, this knowing that the universe has your back, is what allows you to take bold action without being paralyzed by fear. It's what gives you the courage to invest in yourself, even when money feels tight, knowing that money flows easily to those who trust and invest in their growth. It's what allows you to walk away from situations that don't honor you, trusting that something better is coming. It's what empowers you to say yes to opportunities that scare you a little, knowing you're supported and won't be left to fail. It's what enables you to practice self-love deeply because you're not operating from a wound of, I have to do everything myself anymore. You know you're held, you're guided, you're partnered with infinite intelligence. And from this place of deep trust, your positive affirmations aren't desperate pleas into the void. They're confident declarations of what you know is already true in the quantum field, just waiting to materialize in your physical reality. Here's the cycle that happens when you fully embody this truth, and I want you to see how beautifully it all works together. When you trust that the universe has your back, you feel calmer and more peaceful. When you feel calmer and more peaceful, you make better decisions and take inspired action instead of desperate action. When you take inspired action, you get better results and experience more synchronicities. When you experience more synchronicities and better results, you have more evidence that the universe is supporting you. And when you have more evidence, your trust deepens even further, which brings more calm, more clarity, more aligned action, more abundance, more gratitude, and the cycle continues spiraling upward. This is how you attract miracles, not once, but consistently. This is how you create a success mindset that's unshakable. This is how you become living proof that yes, the universe absolutely has your back, and prosperity and wealth and all forms of abundance are your birthright, not something you have to earn or prove you're worthy of. They're simply the natural result of aligning with the truth of who you really are and trusting the loving intelligence that created you and continues to support you every single moment. So take a deep breath with me right now, gorgeous soul. Feel yourself held by something so much bigger and wiser and more loving than you can even comprehend. You are not doing this alone. You have never been alone. The universe has always had your back, is having your back right now in this very moment, and will continue to have your back for every moment to come. Trust this, believe this, live from this, and watch your entire life transform. So here we are, beautiful soul, at the end of this journey together. But really, this is just the beginning of everything that's about to shift for you. Because knowing this information is one thing, but actually applying it, actually waking up tomorrow morning and choosing gratitude
Before fear, choosing trust before control, choosing to believe that the universe has your back, that's where the real magic happens. That's where manifestation stops being a concept you're learning about and becomes a lived reality you're experiencing every single day. And I need to ask you something really important right now. What if everything you've ever wanted, all the wealth, all the abundance, all the prosperity, all the peace, all the confidence, what if it's all just one decision away? One decision to start your mornings differently? One decision to trust what you feel more than what you fear? One decision to practice gratitude like your life depends on it, because honestly, the quality of your life absolutely does. Think about where you were when you started watching this video and think about where you are right now. Something has shifted inside you, hasn't it?
even if it's subtle, even if it's just a tiny seed of hope or a gentle opening of possibility, that's the universe responding to your willingness to receive this message. That's your subconscious mind starting to reorganize around these new truths. That's your abundance mindset beginning to awaken from the sleep of scarcity and doubt. So here's what I know from guiding thousands of women through this process. This moment right here, right now, is the most critical moment. Because you can watch this video, feel inspired, maybe even cry a little because something resonated so deeply, and then you can close it and go right back to your old patterns, your old morning routine of scrolling and worrying and living from fear. Or you can make a different choice. What if you decided right here, right now, that tomorrow morning is going to be different? What if you set your alarm 15 minutes earlier, not to do more, but to be more present, more grateful, more trusting, more aligned with the frequency of abundance? What if you committed to speaking those positive affirmations we talked about, to practicing that morning gratitude ritual, to choosing your energy before the world gets to choose it for you? What would your life look like 6 months from now if you actually did this consistently? How much wealth could flow to you? How many miracles could appear? How deeply could your confidence grow? How fully could you embody your feminine energy in its most powerful, receptive, magnetic form? I'm telling you, gorgeous, the women who commit to this practice, who make it non-negotiable, who protect their morning energy like the sacred ritual it is, their lives transform in ways that look like magic to everyone else, but feel like natural alignment to them. And here's something I want you to really hear. You don't have to be perfect at this. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and suddenly have zero fear or doubt or resistance. This is a practice, which means some mornings will feel amazing and some mornings will feel hard, and both are okay. What matters is that you keep showing up. You keep choosing trust. You keep practicing gratitude even when your bank account is low, even when circumstances look challenging, even when your ego is screaming that this spiritual stuff doesn't work, because that's when it matters most. That's when you're building the faith muscle that eventually becomes so strong that nothing can shake you. That's when you're rewiring your subconscious mind at the deepest level. That's when you're proving to the universe, yes, I'm serious about this. Yes, I'm ready for my abundance. Yes, I trust you have my back, even when I can't see the full picture yet.
Beyond any doubt that the universe is always working in your favor? Who would you become if you practiced self-love and gratitude so deeply that your entire energetic frequency shifted? These aren't rhetorical questions, beautiful. These are invitations to get honest with yourself about what's really at stake here. Because staying where you are, in the same patterns, the same struggles, the same money stress, that has a cost. But stepping into this new way of being, this abundance mindset, this trust-based life, that has a reward beyond anything you can currently imagine. So here's what I'm inviting you to do right now in this moment before you click away. First, leave me a comment below and tell me which affirmation resonated with you most, or share one thing you're committing to do differently tomorrow morning. I read every single comment, and your words not only help me know how to support you better, but they also inspire other women in this community who are on the same journey. Second, if this message touched your heart, if something in you knows this is true and important, hit that like button, because it helps this video reach more women who desperately need to hear this message. The algorithm favors engagement, which means your simple act of liking this video could be the reason another soul finds her way to abundance and peace. And that's how we lift each other up, gorgeous, one click at a time. Third, and this is so important, subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell, because I'm here creating content like this every single week to support your manifestation journey, your abundance mindset, your spiritual growth, and your path to prosperity.
These are just random videos. This is a complete curriculum for transforming your relationship with wealth, success, self-love, and the universe itself. And you deserve to have this guidance consistently, not just when the algorithm randomly shows you a video, but every time new wisdom is available for you. So subscribe right now. Yes, right now before you forget, because your future self, the one living in abundance, the one who's grateful you made this decision, she's gonna thank you. And finally, I want you to place your hand on your heart right now. Take a deep breath with me and say these words out loud or in your mind. I am ready for my abundance. I am worthy of prosperity. I trust the universe has my back. Everything is working out for me, and so it is. Feel that, gorgeous. That's your truth. That's your power. That's your future calling you forward. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you're going to remember this moment. You're going to remember that you decided today that things are going to be different. You're going to practice gratitude, speak your affirmations, raise your vibration, and step into the magnificent, abundant, prosperous life that's been waiting for you all along. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm so honored to walk this path with you. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams, and I believe that the universe is already preparing blessings that will blow your mind. Now go claim them, beautiful. The universe has your back, and so do I.